sorry, the video just cut out. Anyways, that's what I really wanted to say for episode 2 of Sagevivor Gladiators. So yeah, I wish you all a happy day, and hopefully I would survive the next episode. So cheers to me! Hey guys, Courtney here. I won't show my face for this episode because I'm really sick, and I would be embarrassed if I show my face when I'm sick. So yeah. Anyways, this episode was interesting, and I must say that I did not expect to get 2 votes against me. So what the fuck? So to be honest with you guys, the only people that I truly trust here are Elk and Koopa. DJ is definitely somebody that I need to look out for. Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say for this episode. Anyway.
Hey, so this is actually quite a bit late, and I'm recording this in episode 3 after everything has gone down. But I will be talking from a standpoint as if I didn't already know what happened, and I'll go into knowing what happened. So, from a not knowing what happened standpoint, me and DJ leading an effort to have Koopa vote out Cyber and not Corny, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because we know Corny is voting Cyber, and Cyber is voting Corny, and with me and DJ make up the majority alone, so I would be voting with Corny to stay good with Corny, in case he got voted out and he came back, and Koopa would be voting with Cyber in case Cyber got out and then came back, and DJ would just be playing the swing vote and voting wherever he thought was best. And me and DJ talked privately, and while the original plan was to vote out Corny, we both agree. I advocated for Corny because I like Corny, and we both agreed that Cyber would be the one that needed to go, so we both decided to vote Cyber. And speaking from a episode 3 standpoint, Cyber got eliminated, and he went to dueling, and then he lost, and he said that he would be back to see us, and then he did not come back to see us, which I thought was really funny. Cyber was super shady, so I'm pretty happy about this result, and I'm just hoping that this won't be a decision that we will regret in the future. So yeah, that's basically it. Goodbye, everyone.
Hello, video confessional for episode 1. Right now I'm in a pretty decent position. First of all, first tribal council went pretty decently well. We got freeze out of the game, which I think is pretty cool. I did get 2 votes though, which I'm not a big fan of, but you know, I wasn't expecting to go scot-free. Right now I think I'm also in a pretty good position. The first episode went pretty well. You know, my plans right now are mostly to just stay loyal to Koopa, and I think I'm going to try and keep Elk close. I think if it comes down to it, I would probably vote out DJ before I voted out Elk, just because I think that Elk is probably going to be more important to keep around in the future, just because I think I need more shields around if I want to get farther in this game. And I think I have a pretty good army of shields. I think Koopa and Elk are definitely more vocal around camp, so I definitely could see them catching more attention than I do. Going forward, I'm feeling like I'm in a really solid position. I think the only thing that could really screw it up is a tribe swap that doesn't work out well for me, but I think I'm pretty capable of recovering from mostly anything.
Also, you know, my thought is, as long as I'm not being targeted, I'm cool with the plan. As long as I'm not going home, that's fine. But I, don't want Corny to go. Game-wise, I could see why they want Corny, because he's definitely the least active. Or I'm probably least active right now. But that will not be permanent. But he's definitely the least active of us, so it makes sense, but for some reason I don't want to get rid of Corny. So I'm gonna vote Corny, of course I'm gonna fucking vote Corny, obviously. I don't wanna go home. So I'm gonna vote him. But I want him, I might send him something a super little crybaby little message in the goodbye messages, so if he comes back, he feels like he has somebody. And then if he comes back and doesn't get voted off and makes it to the jury or something, if I make it to the end, I would vote. So I'll pucker up some tears and give him a little soft little crybaby message on his way out. Alright, I'm gonna make this short because I'm sick, but I got 2 things to say. One, during the Battleship Challenge, I got online after a while. I was like, hey, let me do something, like let me shoot so I can, participate in the challenge. I could, do something because I've been out for a while. And I was gonna shoot at like 2:30 or something. My uncle's like, no, I got it. Like, if you don't want to do it, I can do it. I was like, oh, I would like to do it. She's like, no, I can do it. So I was like, what the fuck? That was kind of, why? But it's fine. I've gotten over it. 2, everyone has told me Corny's the target, but I do not believe them. I have a really, really weird feeling I'm being targeted. Like, it's not like I can do anything about it, because I don't even know how to search for idols right now. Or, like, advantages or anything. So, it's not like I can do anything about it, but I have this really icky feeling that I'm the one being voted. I don't know, but I'll see if I can find anything else. But so far, everything has gone a little too smooth, and that's why I'm a little freaked out.
Hello, I'm coming from you from the road once again, like I promised. This will be like 80% of my confessionals, probably more. I've had a decent 24 hours. I have seen that this tribe really loves to VC. Maybe others do as well, but it seems like the majority of the interpersonal relationships are created and exacerbated through VCs. Big update. First up, Echo. A lot of fun. I enjoy him. He is a shitty texter, admittedly a shitty texter. On VC though, he's pretty easy to talk to. I need to say less. That's a thing I need to work on. He was really good to be around. I'm happy I got to meet him. I'm happy that we had, like, not really any kind of game talk, but an understanding of the game and perception, and it just seemed really healthy, especially in a group setting. I think at the least it was like me, him, and Snowy, and that was still like pretty good. At the most, Taylor was there. I think Cam was there, but he didn't really connect well. Either way, it was a very healthy conversation. However, the unhealthy conversation was Matt, who I missed, but I heard from Taylor and Snowy that apparently he doesn't really know how to respect other people's spaces. He just kept fucking talking and never shutting the fuck up. And Taylor called him out on it. Queen, go off. But now that Echo has revealed himself and is not inactive and actually sort of interesting, Matt's probably the first target of incoming alliance. Whenever Snowy checks his phone, I figured out, we have 4 homosexuals, my favorite people. I mentioned, I think in my like preseason little blurb, I am here for the sad gay bitches, and I found 3 more of them. So, whenever Snowy replies to me, I will be creating the alliance of Gay Rice, and we will take over the game, which isn't really true. But talking to Cam, he's not super confident in trusting Snowy because he's a little bit of a little chaos gremlin, and I understand it. I work with those and I understand them, but I get it. He's a little worried. So I basically said to him, if we can't like level out with Snowy, worst case scenario, we have a 4 majority going into this vote. If we win, even if Snowy wants to flip, he can't, and we can still work on like maintaining a solid relationship. And if he does like show sense flipping, we can think about that, but that's not really like a current concern. Cam also told me that Snowy had basically said to him that he, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry. He doesn't know who he wants to align himself with right now, and it seems more along the line that he will just go where people want him to go. He doesn't want to make any decisions. He just wants to follow a different majority, which is really bad in the long run. And I think it probably comes from his anxiety of like the first time he played, how him being a lot more up front, a lot more like front and center in game stuff took him out. Which also, I wouldn't call it that. From what I understand, he just like was an idiot. But I don't know. I think there's probably decent chances of him sticking with us, especially because I'm trying to put the most effort into our relationships. From my perspective right now, I think Snowy is someone who will latch on to me. And if I can maintain an alliance in the majority, he will be with me in the long run, and I don't think he'll flip, realistically. Or if he does, I'll probably get on top of him for it, because I don't know if he'll make the connections needed to be a threat. But also, very early game, I could be wrong. Taylor and Cam definitely have, like, decent winners potential, which I know is still very early on in the game to say. But I can see from the way that they talk, because I don't have a lot of, like, availability. I am fairly busy, and they're mastering what I want to be able to do of having a great density of conversation, where however little goes on, what you have in that small amount of time is very good quality. And I think that if that quality can transcend over a long period of time with more availability, big threat. But I don't want to be putting myself against them too quickly. I don't want to be in my head too much about that now. I would rather wait until like mid-merge. We'll see what happens come the swap, but I feel very comfortable right now being allied with probably the two best players in the tribe socially. We haven't really seen what a challenge would necessitate, but I am proud of myself for how I handled the last challenge, because I think me and Matt and Cam figured out a way to game the challenge pretty well and socialize with the other tribes well enough to get that majority. I forget Purple's name, whatever their name is. They weren't very nice about it, I would be pissed if I was them. I would just give up on the fucking spot. But I think if we're able to not really get on the threat radar of never going to tribal council, would be good. I want you to focus on Purple, because if they're just, actually Elk was the problem. I think it's a really bad idea to publicly not be the chillest, not be the cool girl of it all. Not gonna go great for him. Wouldn't be shocked if he goes home next. But I'm feeling okay. We'll see how it goes after for this next challenge. If it's not like a socialized experience game between all four tribes, you can see us doing pretty well. But we'll see. I think that's everything I have to say. Please uploads correctly. But yeah, episode 2. Eat.
Hey, it's basically an off day. We don't have tribal, so we don't have to like scramble around trying to figure out who the vote is. And even after that, we have the duel that won't happen until later tonight. So we won't find anything out until tomorrow. So basically, my strategy going into today is being a little social, connecting with everybody, maybe trying to connect with Durs a little bit more today. Form a little bit of a deeper bond with him. Just because if I'm like assessing like the characters of my tribe, Durs is like the least the bottom ranked character in terms of just like being interesting. At least from my perspective, I can't say how the others view him or how you all view him. But from my lens, he's a nice guy, we chat a little bit, but then it kind of just is that. But it's much better than Chelsea or Brandon, but because they're so bad at it, it actually kind of elevates their character. They're like more interesting caricatures maybe of like the social role that they play in the tribe. And I feel like Lemmy, Dirk, and I carry in terms of like making things interesting, talking within the tribe chat, talking during the challenge, talking during like in our own alliance chats, and just like our individual conversations are much more interesting as well. So, anyways, I plan on talking to Durs more today and being more intentional with that. And I will also try to talk more to Brandon and Chelsea to try to like at least deepen that a little bit, and maybe, I don't know, from some kind of miracle, get Chelsea off my ass. But that's the plan for today. And then, actually, I'll save it there. Talk about it in the next video for the next part. The other plan for today is to do a little idol hunting. Last night, Dirk and I touched base on it again. We had talked about it when we first got the clues as well. I've done searching all over the server and the socials of the hosts, but I found nothing. My clue that it can be found on Discord or off of it is pretty much useless because that's how basically all these work. But Dirk, his clue was definitely, I felt like, led more to something. It was something like, searching for me will be your downfall, bouncing off the wall, pinball. Now, I don't know if that itself is enough, that it was, that you should be able to get the command from that clue. The only thing I could really think of was like ego or pride, like searching for like that could lead to your downfall. Also just gladiator fights maybe, I don't know, but the pinball part makes me think that it's something else. I haven't found anything related to it in the server, and again, I just be missing it. But I've gone over multiple times all the Season 2 stuff. I've gone into the Season 1 stuff a little bit, like what we have access to, which isn't much. And then there's like Season 1 stuff that's higher up, like the thread or whatever, from the Season 2 stuff. And I've gone up that a little bit. I just, like things like Song of the Day and like the welcome page. Like if there's something in there, I have not gone through that thoroughly just because it's so taxing and so like boring. Maybe I will eventually. I just hate that. It would be so. It was just randomly in the middle. I've been looking for edited stuff in the past, and just I've come up short. So I'm hoping to do a little bit more of that today. I mean, I even like resorted just to like randomly guessing like Roman shit, but based on the names of like, I don't even know if it's going to be Roman rather than Greek, based on like the host names. So I feel like that's going to be kind of like fruitless. Maybe I'll think more about his clue. Maybe his clue in itself is all I need to get the first command. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But those are my two things that I'm looking to do today. Yep.
I'm gonna find out who just took that individual immunity thing, and I'm going to vote their ass out. That is fucking annoying. It's tough to say who's at the center of the tribe. I really like Sebastian and Arps, so I'd like to think we're at the center of the tribe, but fuck, we'll see. So I threw out Andrew's name, thinking that was basically the only option I had to throw out. I was trying to get Sebastian, Infinity, and Jamal to vote with me to keep myself safe, since I think I'm going home 5-1. Then Andrew reaches out to me. What the hell? Why are you flipping on me? He says. So I know one of them leaked it. I'm not sure which one. And now Andrew and we talked it out, and now we're trying to make it like a 3-2-1 type deal. Me, him, and Infinity. He could be bullshitting me. I kind of feel like he might be, but I really have no other choice. So if he can pull off this 3-2-1 and I stay, I will, hand on the Bible, be so loyal to him. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Alright, let's explain what I have done. So, Rylaw was allegedly throwing my name out there because Jamal went to him and said that everyone was voting him, right? So on the surface, that seems fine, because, whatever. But I talked to Rylaw about it, and Rylaw said that Jamal did leak it to him, and that he heard it from Infinity, who heard it from Sebastian. So Rylaw went to Sebastian and confronted him about it, and he said, yeah, but I don't actually want to vote you, so we should flip the vote onto somebody else. And allegedly, he's flipping the vote on to me because that's what Rylaw wants, but in reality, I'm starting to think Sebastian might be trying to play all sides. So to combat that, we came up with a backup plan in case things don't work out and Sebastian is lying. Rylaw is very desperate, and I'm using that to my advantage. I made Rylaw just feel as safe as possible. I told him that since both Rylaw and I like Infinity, we trust Infinity. We all three can vote together and send Sebastian packing. So as long as Infinity plays along, and I trust Infinity, because Infinity has been very open and honest with me and everything, then Rylaw should be on our side. But we're going to be working the vote still on Rylaw, because I think voting out Sebastian right now is a little too early, because he's going to most likely win the duel. I don't think Rylaw will, so I'm not necessarily worried about him. So if people are lying, it should be 3 votes Rylaw, 2 votes me, and 1 vote Sebastian. But if everything is fine, it's just going to be 5 votes Rylaw, 1 vote Sebastian. That's what I think anyway. I think at the end of the day, I would like to preserve this idol if possible. And I feel okay. Like, if I get sent back, I'm fairly confident in my abilities to win the duel. And I believe there might be some stuff hidden there, because I checked the entire server and I haven't found any secrets or secret messages or something hidden in channel topics or bios or anything like that. So I'm kind of okay with heading to the duel tower to see if there's anything hidden there. And I mean, I'm sure that the other tribe is probably going to vote out someone more inactive, unless they vote out Elk, who is very energetic throughout that whole debacle. We're really just going to have to see what happens. And best case scenario, I don't get any votes. Worst case scenario, I'm the one getting sent home. But I'll win the duel. If I really don't feel confident, I would use the idol, but I'm probably gonna save it. Okay, one last thing for real. I think I'm not gonna tell anybody about my idol yet. People still believe that it's Jamal who bought at the auction, and I think I want to keep it that way. However, I think that if Infinity and I become number 1s for each other, we're going to tell him about it. Indeed, I don't know if he suspects me or not, because in DMs he was like, do you have something? And I was like, no. And he says, what if Rylaw has the item? And I said, I know he doesn't, which I guess is kind of like a hint. But, I wouldn't even mind if he knew, just not yet. I'd like to keep it a secret as long as possible.
So I am very frustrated right now. In one way or another, I am working with Arts, with Rylaw, with Andrew, and Infinity. If you do the math, that's including me, that is 5. Jamal is the outsider of the tribe. We all agree that he's the outsider. And now he's immune. Which puts me in a good but also terrible position, because I have to choose between 4 people that want to work with me. because I have an alliance with Andrew and Infinity. Like, we have that going, and Rylaw says that he wants to work with me, and then, like, me and Arps, like, we haven't really talked much strategy since day one, but we do have that little bond where we do want to work with each other. So I am in a complete dilemma. I have no idea what I want to do. I am so torn because, like, I don't want any of them to go. This was supposed to be the easy vote, and Jamal is immune now because he got scared, like he said to me. He got scared because he thought he was the easy target, and he was, but I'm literally so annoyed right now. I'm not annoyed with Jamal because, like, I don't blame him. I guess I'm annoyed with production or something. I don't think I really have anyone else to be annoyed with. Sorry, production, I'm just gonna pin this on you. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I am gonna lose my mind.
So that challenge was absolutely insane. First of all, why were blue and purple just going for us instantly? What is up with that? Like, why us? Why specifically us? We've done nothing to you. We were gonna help you, and you just went for us. Like, why? And then after that, there was like this blood pact formed between everyone except for purple. Basically between us and blue, and we like worked out a deal that we would all go after purple. Like, I'm not sure why specifically they went after us and then decided to go after purple. Like, and then not only that, but they just so managed to hit 2 of ours in that short time. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't seem. It just seems like it seems really unlucky that happened, right? Like, that was like really bad for us. And then the messiness. Oh my fucking god! Like, Elk was freaking out and he was using his tags, and then someone accused him of like misusing them, and then he was like, "Oh my god, please don't accuse me of misusing my tags," which is fair enough. Like, you know, like, if he needs to use them, he needs to use them. But that was completely messy, and everyone was arguing and saying, like, you know, how dare you do this to us, and, you know, how dare you, and like, oh well, the Torches tribe is just gonna get screwed anyway. And I was telling people to calm down, for like, first of all, because trying to get sympathy from people to seem like some, you know, scared guy who's like, you know, scared and was like trying to get people to calm down, but also to gain favor with people, you know, because I wanted to like be seen as someone who isn't causing drama, and who's seen as someone who could potentially work with people, and I want everyone to think that I could work with them individually and be an extra number for them. I don't know if I'll make it to the merge, but we'll see. And then green and blue just turned on. I thought we could trust green. Honestly, like, we might still be able to, but I think the logic was there that we had less people. But even then, the fact that blue, I was fully expecting that from blue, but green, like, turning on us, like, that's not a good sign whatsoever. So yeah, definitely a pretty bad challenge for us. And then at the end of the challenge as well, when Jamal again, he was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna take this individual immunity, I don't care about other people, screw all you guys, I'm just gonna take it. Like, are you not thinking beyond the end of your nose? Like, are you not thinking, like, if you do that is just gonna make people not like you even more than they already do, right? And now I'm potentially at risk of going home or being lied to and being blindsided, or either going home or one of my allies going home. I don't know if Sebastian and Apes are even telling the truth to me, and it's all because of Jamal. Like, this guy just does not think straight. Like, he just, like, oh my god, like, what do I say?
I really love my tribe. The only thing is that they talk so much. If I had to pick one person that I think I trust the most out of my tribe, it would have to be Andrew. Since me and Andrew talk a little bit more than everyone else on my tribe.
As you can tell, for one tribe, Isolewao, it was kind of a spicy tribal council with some last minute changes, where with the Cena tribe it was a little bit more straightforward. In the Isolewao tribe, Cyber was voted out. Here are those parchments for you now, so you can kind of see what went down. In the Cena tribe, it was Rylaw who was voted out. So we should go ahead and show those parchments for you now as well. So both Cyber and Rylaw were sent to the dueling towers where they would fight to the death. Now, luckily, both of them stayed in it and were great sports. They got to pick their duel, and it was essentially rock, paper, scissors. Listen, they picked it, okay? They picked it through an epic battle of best of 5, essentially. First to 5 points, actually, is more accurate. Rylaw did become triumphant in the duels, making Cyber our 23rd placer in Season 2. Shout out to Cyber, by the way. You were great to host. We enjoyed you. Rylaw did get to pick from one of the urns, as per usual in the Dueling Towers, and earned himself a safety without power advantage that we'll see how he uses when he goes back. We'll also have to see how the tribes interact with Rylaw coming back, and I have a special little twist and something a little spicy for next episode, so we'll have to see you then. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Sagevivor 2 Season... Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Sagevivor Season 2 Gladiators. Make sure to smash the like button for us. It really does help us out a lot. Both myself and my production team have put a lot of work into not only the game itself, as well as the editing and everything that makes this happen. So the support really does mean a lot to us. And consider subscribing to my channel to see more things that I do personally, as well as collaborate with other people like we do here. Thank you guys so much. We love you, and we will see you in episode 3.